If you have or want a federal government job, you need to know how to climb the GS ladder. The reason for this is the difference between GS grades can be over $20,000 a year. GS stands for General Schedule, and it's the most common pay band in the federal government. It's not the only one. There's over a dozen different pay bands in the government, but it's the most common one. It's the most popular one. So that's the one we're focusing on today. And one important thing to understand is it takes 12 months. 12 months to move from one GS grade to the next GS grade. So let's take GS 11 for example. If you were a GS 11 today, it would take you 12 months before you are eligible for GS 12. And the same thing for GS 12. It would take you 12 months to move from GS 12 to GS 13. But there's an exception to this rule, and the exception comes in at GS 7 and GS 9. If you are in the professional or administrative job series, then you skip GS 8 and GS 10. This means after 1 year of being a GS 7, you are a GS 9. And after 1 year of GS 9, you are a GS 11. You skip GS 10. GS 8 and GS 10 positions still exist, but they are more rare, and you probably will not see them in a promotion ladder position. With promotion ladders, you can stay in your same position, and then after 12 months, you sit down with your supervisor, you discuss your performance, how did you do this year, and either you get a GS grade, you get your promotion, or you don't. Now, the main problem with this is a lot of people, they don't sit down with their supervisor throughout the year. So when it comes time to make that decision, it's like this big surprise. It's either a good surprise or a bad surprise. A good surprise if you actually get promoted, and a bad surprise if you don't. So it's on the individual to seek out that supervisor so you know what the expectations are. If you are not in a promotion ladder position, that means you have to get back on usajobs.gov and start applying to job announcements. These could be internal, or you can also look externally, but you need to start applying. Another aspect of this whole thing is look at the job series. Whatever job series you're going into or whatever job series you're at, you are not stuck there. Do not think that that is all that you can do. And this is a problem a lot of people get into. They'll jump into, 0300 and they feel like this is all I can do. That's not true. So check this out. This is a management analyst position, which is a 0343 job series in NASA. And the duties for this position include budget. It mentions budget 4 separate times. So we have an analyst here that deals with budget. So obviously they have some budget experience. This position, GS 13. But what if there's no GS 14 promotion potentials in the area? What are they going to do? Well, in that case, they can go look at the 0560 job series, which is a budget analyst. This means you're not stuck in the 0343 position. You can look at a 0560 position at the GS 14 level, and you can apply to that. Something like this would work. This is a GS 14 position in the Department of Air Force, and they're looking for someone who has budget experience. Then after that, a person that's a 0560, after a few years, they could then look at a 0301. Maybe they want to be a deputy director. Maybe they want to step into a director type role with supervisor responsibilities. Most of those are labeled 0301. They could do that at the GS 15 level. So just moving 3 GS grades, we've jumped to 3 different job series. We went from 0343 to 0560 to 0301. Also consider this. You're at your job for a few months and your supervisor approaches you. And he says, hey, I'm wondering if you could put together a PowerPoint slide, give a presentation to the team next month. And you say, okay, so you start building a PowerPoint slide deck. Maybe you're implementing some animations and some graphics, and you present it. You did a great job. Supervisor asks you, can you do this the following month? Can we just make this a monthly rhythm? So now that's one of your core responsibilities. And in addition to that, you're doing practical exercises. You're incorporating quizzes that go along with your slide deck. So all this experience that you're gathering, regardless of what your job series is in, you are meeting a lot of the experience necessary for the 1700 job series. More specifically, the 1702 job series that can cover curriculum design. Another tip is whatever skill that you might possess, whatever word interests you from your background, say it's a particular program, it's a software, whatever it is, type that in usajobs.gov in the upper left-hand corner, type in that keyword, click search. Here, let's do this for an example. Let's look at Microsoft Excel in usajobs.gov. Here's an example, this job announcement. When we click on it, we see that they want you to be good at Microsoft Excel. But it's not just that position. Look at all of these different job series that have the words Microsoft Excel in them. Now, sure, it's not just going to be Microsoft Excel. There'll be other skills and other experience that is required. But this is a starting point that you can do in order to explore where your experience lines up with the job. So I would get in there, play around, do some searches, and see what you come up with. Another barrier that you can encounter, it's an internal barrier. It's the barrier of, I don't want to leave my office. I don't want to just pick up and leave after 12 or 18 or 24 months because I feel like it's an act of betrayal. Well, what you have to understand here is everyone is expendable. Everyone is replaceable. You leave, and in a few months, they'll have another warm body sitting in that seat. So you always have to do what's in your best interest. And human resource specialists, they understand that. They encounter it every day where people are accepting and rejecting different job offers. You're on the job for 7 days, and then you go ahead and you say, hey, I'm out of here. I got a better offer. Everyone gets it. There might be some minor frustration, but you're not going to be blacklisted. You're not going to be blacklisted from the government just by following your interests, what benefits you. Please do not become that GS7 or GS9 that stays in the same position for over 30 years as they grow more resentful and more bitter about their situation. And they blame everyone else, but they never had the initiative to get out there and start applying. So, these type of individuals, you probably spot them. When you see them, you'll be able to spot them. They won't even let you borrow their stapler. That's how bitter some of these people can get. All right, so if you're looking for a government job, I did a live stream recently. I answered over a dozen questions. Some of these could be on your mind. If you're interested in that, I want you to watch this video next. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please click like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.